This is critical news for every Iraqi Dinar dollar, text IQD dollar, and Vietnamese Dong dollar, text VND dollar holder. Today, the long-anticipated change could finally be upon us. Imagine waking up to find the currency you've held for years has finally achieved its true value. What is currently unfolding is unprecedented. For months, whispers circulated in quiet corners. Hints from insiders and market activity suggested a major financial event was imminent. Today, we're moving beyond mere rumors. Confirmed reports indicate that significant developments are already underway, poised to affect not just private investors but global markets as a whole. Here's the kicker. A hidden list of U.S. bank locations, prepared for special redemption appointments, has now surfaced. These banks are quietly processing transactions at contract rates, meaning ordinary investors, people like you, could see payouts far above the street rate, potentially changing financial futures overnight. In the next few minutes, we will break down exactly what's happening, what it means for dollar text IQD dollar and dollar text VND dollar holders, and what immediate steps you need to take to stay ahead of this historic moment. For years, Iraqi dinar holders have waited patiently, hoping for a revaluation to reflect the currency's true potential. The same long-term patience applies to Vietnamese Dong investors, who have watched their currency remain undervalued despite Vietnam's explosive economic growth. Today, the entire narrative is shifting. The story is no longer theoretical. Official procedures have been quietly finalized. The early wave of Tier 4B investors, the everyday currency holders, are now stepping into must-bank redemption centers to access these life-changing contract rates. This is not a test. This is happening in real time. While the details are closely guarded under strict security and non-disclosure agreements, dollar text NDA $S, confirmations are pouring in from multiple locations. As people are walking out with digital proofs of funds, sometimes reaching life-changing amounts. If you've been holding dollar text IQD dollar or dollar text VND dollar for years, this is a development that cannot be ignored. This could be the definitive moment that validates your patience, research, and faith in this process, rewarding ordinary investors in ways few imagined possible until now. Now, let's understand why this development is so critical. This is not just about currencies moving slightly higher in value. It's about a strategic revaluation with global coordination. Central banks and international institutions are involved, meaning the changes are deliberate and structured to maintain market stability. The hidden bank list reveals specific U.S. cities where these redemptions are being processed, showing that the entire operation is highly organized, from Dallas and Houston to Miami, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, and beyond. These centers are explicitly designed to handle high-volume transactions with top-tier security. Early reports indicate that Tier 4B investors, ordinary people, not governments or hedge funds, are being invited first to access these exclusive contract rates. Timing is crucial. Missing the early appointment window could mean waiting for the public rollout, which will likely be at significantly lower rates. For those who have been watching carefully, this is a once-in-a-decade opportunity that has now become visible and actionable. Inside these redemption centers, procedures are precise and highly regulated. Investors must present verified identification, provide proof of currency holdings, and go through rigorous documentation checks before any transaction can proceed. Phones and personal electronic devices are restricted to protect privacy and security, while strict dollar text NDA $S are enforced to ensure complete confidentiality. This level of scrutiny confirms that these are not hypothetical exercises or trial runs. They are real, structured financial transactions. Tier 4B holders, often dismissed in the past as too small to participate, are now being given unprecedented access to contract rates. The speed and efficiency of these appointments indicate that institutions are fully confident in the system, its ability to handle high-stakes exchanges without destabilizing the broader financial market. The infrastructure is now fully operational, signaling that this is not a rumor, but a coordinated rollout designed to reward every day investors while maintaining full control over the process. The timing of this development is particularly significant. For years, currency revaluation discussions have been slow and incremental, often taking months or even years to implement. But what's happening now is a compressed timeline. Reports suggest that the window for contract rates may be extremely short. possibly just 72 hours before the system moves into its next public phase. This is a critical detail for holders of dollar text IQD dollar and dollar text VND dollar, because delays or hesitation could result in missed opportunities at the highest rate. Institutions are clearly incentivizing early participation to ensure that liquidity flows smoothly into the system while controlling potential volatility. The structure of this rollout, combined with the surfaced hidden bank list, suggests a carefully orchestrated effort to maximize efficiency, manage capital flow, and minimize risks, all while rewarding those who act decisively. So who exactly qualifies as Tier 4B? These are the everyday investors, the ordinary people who purchased Iraqi Dinar or Vietnamese Dong through retail dealers, online brokers, or secondary markets. Unlike government entities or major financial institutions, Tier 4B holders have historically been sidelined, and their participation in contract rate exchanges was often dismissed as a fantasy. But today, the proof is clear. Tier 4B investors are successfully entering U.S. bank centers and walking away with verified digital confirmations of funds at rates far above the public market. These are not mere promises or future payouts. These are live transactions executed under strict protocols with top-level financial oversight. The confirmation of Tier 4B activity marks a historic moment for ordinary investors who have patiently held these currencies, validating years of trust, planning, and hope in the revaluation process. For those holding Iraqi Dinar, the potential implications are monumental. Iraq has stabilized its oil exports, signed international contracts, and strategically positioned itself as a regional energy hub. These factors provide a strong economic foundation for a significantly higher currency valuation. A revalued dollar text IQD dollar would dramatically increase Baghdad's purchasing power, enhance its trade balance, and improve the government's ability to negotiate oil contracts independently, solidifying its global position. For Vietnamese Dong holders, the story is similar. Vietnam has grown into a major manufacturing powerhouse, attracting multinational companies and unprecedented foreign direct investment. The undervaluation of the Dong has long been a strategic tool to encourage exports, but a revaluation aligns the currency with Vietnam's powerful economic reality. For both countries, this is more than just a currency adjustment. It is a profound global economic statement. Now, let's discuss the difference between contract rates and street rates. The street rate is the publicly visible exchange value, available through retail or online transactions. Contract rates, on the other hand, are privately negotiated values provided specifically to Tier 4B holders under structured agreements. These higher rates reflect the currency's true underlying value rather than the suppressed, outdated public rate. With the redemption centers now operational, Tier 4B investors can access these premium rates, translating years of patience into potentially life-changing financial gains. Imagine holding $1 million text IQD dollar at a retail cost of just over $1,000 and receiving a payout at contract rates resulting in six-figure balances. This is the reality being reported today, is concrete proof that the long-discussed insider agreements are real and that the revaluation is not hypothetical. It is happening right now. The hidden bank list adds another critical layer of significance. The selection of cities is highly strategic, targeting hubs with the highest capacity for secure financial transactions. Locations like Dallas and Houston tied to Iraq's energy economy, Miami, a major financial and international trade hub, and New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Atlanta, and Reno are all capable of handling high-volume, high-value exchanges, illustrating meticulous planning. The inclusion of multiple centers ensures a broad yet controlled rollout, allowing early Tier 4B investors to process their transactions efficiently and securely. The hidden bank list also confirms that authorities are prioritizing infrastructure readiness, staff training, and procedural consistency before the public rollout, ensuring that liquidity, stability, and market confidence are maintained throughout the process. Market signals leading up to this point have been extraordinary. Unusual liquidity flows, sudden spikes in demand, and platform pauses are all indicators that major financial players are positioning themselves ahead of the event. These behaviors are entirely consistent with historical reevaluations, where institutional investors act on intelligence long before any public announcements. For dollar text IQD dollar and dollar text VND dollar holders, observing these patterns provides crucial insight into the urgency and timing of upcoming appointments. The compressed timeline and coordinated activity point to a real and imminent event, signaling that early action could yield substantial benefits.